Hi guys. So this is a quick review of the upper parts of the digestive system. You can see here that our digestion is going to start with the teeth, and they're going to mechanically break down the food. So they're actually going to break it down into smaller pieces. And that's where that bolus is formed, and that's what's going to be swallowed by the mouth, okay? You've got 20 teeth initially, and then as you those all fall out, and as you get older, you get a total of 32 teeth. And inside that mouth, you're getting about 500 milliliters of saliva produced each day. So you're also going to have in the mouth the tongue, which is a muscle, and it's going to push the food between the teeth and down into the back of the throat. Okay, the tongue's going to help to form that bolus or that big hunk of food and saliva mix. You're also going to be where your taste buds are, so you're going to be able to taste the different sensations of salt, sour, sweet, and bitter. You'll hear me refer to a couple different areas of the mouth called the hard palate, which sometimes we call the roof of the mouth. And that sort of separates the mouth from the nasal cavities. And then also the soft palate, which is a little bit further back, separating the mouth from the nasopharynx. So if we look at this picture here, we can see. So here's your mouth, and this is your tongue here, okay? And this is your nose and your nasopharynx. This is why sometimes if you start to choke, if you're laughing when you're eating, the milk will come out your nose because it is all connected in there. Okay, so you can see these different parts of the pharynx, the nasopharynx, the oropharynx, and then the hypopharynx. And then what's going to happen is the tongue is going to push this bolus down into the pharynx and down into the esophagus. Okay, so if we look to the next slide here, what else is used in this upper digestive system are these salivary glands. They're going to help secrete saliva, moisten that food so it's easier to swallow. There's three different ones. They're parotid, the sublingual, using your med term. Sub is under, lingual is tongue, so it's underneath your tongue. Okay, and then also the submandibular, which is underneath your jaw. Okay, in the upper part of the digestive system is this enzyme called amylase. Okay, so not only are we having mechanical digestion, you're breaking down the food into pieces, but also chemical digestion. Okay, it's breaking down the food using this chemical called amylase. Some other terms we'll see is that pharynx. We'll go back to that. Right, this whole area in here. That pharynx is the passage for food and air, and we'll talk about this little flop called the epiglottis, which is a little flap. We'll look at that a little bit later, which is going to make sure that everything goes down that right tube. Okay. Our esophagus, which is going to go down to our stomach, is about 10 or 12 inches long. It's actually behind the trachea, so it's towards the middle of their body. And I'd say that epiglottis is the trap door. It's going to sort of flip back and forth to make sure that the food goes down the food pipe and the air goes down the air pipe. And it's all going to end up down here in the stomach. Okay. And that's where the chemical digestion is going to continue. It usually takes about 3 or 4 hours, which is why after about 4 hours, you start to feel hungry again. Okay. So I hope this helps, and we'll talk again soon.